All right, guys, welcome back. I'm out here with Zach. Zach, how are you, bro?
I'm all right.
Good, man. And how old are you?
I'm 54.
54. Where are you from?
I was born in Las Vegas. Uh, I've lived in Tucson most of my life. I leave, but I always come back. You know,
Yeah,
I've pretty much been all over the place.
yeah. Do you
Mhm.
are you homeless right now?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I have been for 3 years in this neighborhood. This time,
okay,
homeless.
yeah.
3 years this time. Yeah,
And do you battle with like addiction or alcoholism, anything like that? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I feel you, bro.
yeah. It's been a lifelong. Hey, never mind. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
it's been a. It's been a. It's been a lifelong issue with me and problem. My mother was an addict as well, and I came out of the womb with a taste, for it. I was one of those people that didn't get sick. I didn't.
Yeah,
I mean, I mean, I didn't get sick from it. I got sick from being without it, of course. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
It's
feel you,
been
man.
it's been a long and uh, tough road.
It is. It consumes you, 100%,
Yes, it
man.
does.
What was your drug of choice or drink of choice, whatever?
Nowadays, it's it's uh, it's fentanyl
Yeah,
pills, blues.
yeah. I feel you, man.
Yeah,
Those things are everywhere.
yeah,
I stay on the west side. A lot of people I interview are hooked on those blues, and they get them for as cheap as like 50 cents a buck.
yeah. I mean, when you don't have any money, though, it doesn't matter how much they cost. It's still too much, and depending on your tolerance or where you are with it,
Yeah,
I don't care how much you got, you ain't got enough.
yeah, yeah. People say like you smoke or however you do it, and then like within a few hours you're like dope sick again.
I got
You know?
yeah. See, that's the difference with the heroin. It all for most of us. It started out with the heroin, and I was a disgusting heroin addict for 30 plus years, and I got the scars to prove it. You
Yep,
know,
yep.
um, and I went from the heroin to the pills, and at least with the heroin, I did an issue and I was well for 12 hours.
Straight up.
Before I had to do another one. Um, the pills are ridiculous. They're all bad. I mean, the sick thing is, I know how bad they are, and I know they're all bad, and I know they're causing me real problems, and I I know all the answers of what to do, and I don't do it.
Yeah, I
You
feel you.
know, they're powerful. They get a hold on you quick. You know,
Yeah,
they sure do.
yeah. I got out the game. I stopped using uh, black tar in 2018,
Mm-hmm.
and so I got out the game before these blues, were out and about. I doubt I'd get clean if I could get pills as cheap as a buck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I
but
doubt I'll ever get clean if
like I
you know.
said, well, they're few and far between $1 nowadays.
Mm,
Not very often.
yeah,
Uh, they're getting more scarce and more hard to find good ones.
yeah.
You know, so
It's scary, man. Like,
yeah,
it seems like
very
there's no tar around anymore. If it is, it's like cut
well.
with.
There is.
Yeah,
It's just if you're in that circle.
true. Makes
If you're
sense.
in that circle, it never left. Um, most people just me. I couldn't do the needle no more. I couldn't shoot up no more. I just could not do it. It was killing me, and like it, it would come time to do my issue, and I would be depressed before I even did it because I knew that I probably wouldn't be able to get it right, and I had to have my girl hit me or my friend or whatever, and um, I used to have my friend hit me in the jugular,
Yep.
you know.
Yep. Seen that.
Um, wow. Yeah, it's a serious disease, man.
Yeah,
It's
straight up.
serious disease. Nothing fun. Nothing fun. The pills, it seems like the transformation. I jumped right off the black and right onto the pills,
Hmm.
and it it was like, I never really um anyways.
Yeah, I hear you,
Yeah,
man.
no rest in the hood for nobody.
Yeah, straight up.
Um, yeah,
So
it's
how'd you end up in a wheelchair,
um,
if you don't mind me asking?
well, for me, it started back when the on the heroin, and the G. There's bad stuff in the drugs. There's bad stuff. There's a living bacteria in the pills
Mm.
and in the drugs. I don't know if it was put there on purpose by the man. I think it was personally. Um, I don't know. I know what it is because I've been plagued by it for long before the blues even came around. It was in the black and it was in the G, like I said, and I've had an active infection for 6 years straight. I never went septic or anything. I can't. Um, it's horrible. It's got a living bacteria in it, a microorganism. That it's alive too, and it's like flesh eating bacteria.
Yeah,
You know, and it's in the blues,
yeah,
and to know that it's in there and you still don't quit, and to know what the problem is, but you still don't fix it. It's pretty bad.
yeah.
You know, it's powerful. It gets a hold on people.
And did the bacteria, the infection, did that start from like IV use, like
Yeah,
slamming it? Okay.
yeah, it did. But then it didn't matter because when, like I said, when I transformed onto the pills, it uh, got worse.
Yeah,
It was more so in the pills,
yeah,
so to speak. And call me paranoid, but I feel it's a conspiracy.
yeah, yeah.
It's like the crack epidemic in the 80s when it was released to just black neighborhoods at first.
Mm-hmm. And the yeah. Well, first they released it in Harlem,
Exactly. Like a test.
and it was seriously destructive. If you didn't die from the drug itself, you were going to die
The
from
violence
the stuff
around it.
revolving around the drug. You know, um, it's horrible. I went through the crack thing too in the '80s. I did the cocaine thing.
Yeah,
Um,
once I got to a bigger area like LA, it's
yeah,
over.
yeah.
So when you wake up in the morning, like what's a typical day in the life for you?
Well, I usually don't wake up because there's not anywhere to sleep safe. And if I'm not safe sleeping, I'm not going to go to sleep, you know?
Yeah,
So, regardless of what drugs I've done or anything, I have chronic insomnia. And even if I don't do G or whatever, I still won't sleep but maybe 1 or 2 nights a week
yeah,
if I'm comfortable somewhere.
yeah,
And like I said, the comfort zone is hard to find.
yeah,
That's for real. I stay at the bus stop a lot of times. I had housing, and I had been homeless with all the people in my neighborhood, for a long time. And then when I got my place, they knew that I'd gotten it, and I couldn't say no, to people. I I wanted to save everybody, and I would let him in my house. I'd let him take a shower. I'd let him sleep. I couldn't say no to him because we were homeless together, and all of a sudden I had this place, a castle. It seemed like to me, you know, and I got overrun
Yeah.
by people, and even after long after I said, hey, don't come over, call me, whatever, if you want to talk to me or whatever, or they just weren't having it, and it's almost like they wanted me to be homeless again with them. It seemed like, um, but I lost all my animals and everything. Um, I was evicted. Well, I never really lost my housing. What happened is I was told to get another place, and it was during the time where there was no evictions because of COVID. So, people were telling me, you don't have to go, just stay, but I didn't want to upset my housing people. And so I did what they asked and left. And I had a little bit of time to find another spot, and I couldn't walk. And I wasn't in a wheelchair then. I just could not walk, And I told my case manager, and he was mad about it. He said, "Okay, I'll help you." And then he went on a 3-week vacation without telling me. And then when he came back, he said, "Well, remember when I said I could help you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I can't." And then a week later, it was too late, and I got overwhelmed and depressed. And I do what I do. I did what I do. You know, I I just moved forward and didn't look back on it. You know, I figured there was no hope for me getting another place, and I just kind of blew it off. I've been in this neighborhood for 3 years this time since. I lived up the street at Georgetown,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For a few years. And,
Yeah, I went to a couple of rehabs in this area.
yeah.
Have you been in a rehab or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I've
Yeah.
done. I could teach the class.
Yeah.
I could teach the class. I'm telling you. I know all the answers. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I know the answers, and I would, if it would help people, I would I would teach it.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad when you know the answers of what to do and you just don't do it. A lot of people don't know what to do and they're stuck and they, all this. And I'm a smart person and I know exactly what to do. It's just, life can get you down real quick and easy. And it's hard to get somewhere from nowhere. It really is.
Before we started, we'll finish off with the story about how somebody ran into you or you got hit the other day. Like,
Yeah.
what happened with that?
It was a couple days after my birthday. My birthday was December 12th, so it was like December 15th. And I was at Pima, Columbus, and I hit the button on the crosswalk signal, and the green guy came on, said I could go, and I went. And when I got 3/4 of the way across, it switched, and rather than go back, I kept going forward, and I looked, and I seen the lady coming towards me, and she didn't seem like, I knew she wasn't going to stop right when looked at the car. I just, for some reason, I knew it, and I was waving my arms, hey, 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 and I could not believe that she wasn't seeing me, but she slammed me, and I flew one way, my chair flew another, and the witnesses that stopped said they couldn't believe that I flew 10 feet up in the air. I thought that the lady had hit me on purpose, and I figured she just wanted to see what it was like to run over a homeless guy. you know
She just kept going.
no, she stopped.
Oh, she stopped. Okay.
She stopped. um you know and what's funny is not really funny, but kind of sad, is I have a lawsuit, and I have all the makings for it. And it's a pretty good one, and I've had no will to get it. I have nothing. I've had no will to pursue it,
Yeah.
and I just have been postponing it and postponing it and blowing it off.
How do you think your future looks for you?
Oh, I'll be gone soon. I know that.
You believe that?
I have health issues, and that are quite extensive, and you know, I've accepted the fact that my life is, for the most part, over.
All right. Thank you for your time, bro.
Right on.